Right now at 8, gas prices are nearing a 3-year low. What you need to know is coming up. Plus, police saying the suspect in the shooting of a healthcare CEO fled New York, where the search is headed to now.
And temperatures will be very mild this weekend. I'll have the full forecast coming up.
Good Saturday morning, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Saturday, December 7th. Well, let's get straight to the forecast with First Warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Good morning, Jacob. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Kyle. Doing pretty good, and especially considering the forecast that's in store for us this weekend. It's going to be a very nice one, all things considered. Now, looking outside, plenty of sunshine at this hour, but we are going to see some on and off cloud cover throughout the day. Current temperature right at 30 degrees. Winds pretty calm right now, but the winds also will pick up a little bit throughout the day. But with temperatures being where they will be, the wind chill is not a factor at all. So looking at the current temperatures, middle to upper 20s to lower 30s for much of the region. A few locations already in the middle 30s, but everywhere expected to get into the 40s at least. But we also will see some wind. We already starting to see some gusty winds off to the west in portions of Iowa and Minnesota. Wind speeds up to around 16 to 17 miles per hour there. But overall, we are still going to be dry. So looking at the cloud-covered rainfall forecast, again, just some passing clouds here and there. We will see more clear skies overnight, and we'll see a good amount of sunshine, especially for southern Wisconsin early on Sunday. So looking at the forecast today, highs in the lower 40s. Again, a little breezy at times, but well above normal for this time of the year. Looking at La Crosse's forecast, temperatures will be even milder for you folks. Upper 40s are in the forecast for areas around La Crosse. So definitely a very good Saturday, considering the average highs in the 30s, and it will be even nicer Sunday. I'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Topping our news, the average price for a gallon of gas is nearing a 3-year low. That's according to AAA, who say the national average price for a gallon of gas has plunged to $3.03 a gallon. The last time the national average was below $3 was in May of 2021. Currently, the cheapest gas you can get across the country is in Hockley, Texas, with an average of $2.30 a gallon. Flags across the country will fly a half-mast today for Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. This year marks 83 years since Japanese forces attacked a U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, launching the United States into World War II. The attack killed more than 2,400 Americans and injured nearly 1,200 others. Every year on December 7th, people come together on the shores of Pearl Harbor to remember what happened on that day in 1941. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is urging the public to practice early winter ice safety. The overnight temperature swings can create ice covers, but the DNR says no ice is safe ice. Officials recommend 1, to carrying a cell phone and letting others know where you are going, 2, wear proper clothing and equipment, and 3, carry a couple of spikes and a length of light rope to help pull yourself or others out of the ice. The search for the gunman who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare entered its third day Friday, with officials focused on Atlanta. Yesterday, New York police confirmed to CBS News that they found a backpack in Central Park that may belong to the suspect. Tom Hansen reports from New York.
The investigation into the brazen murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now casting a wider net. A person familiar with the manhunt tells CBS News investigators believe the person of interest in the case is no longer in New York City and most likely got on a bus to Atlanta.
We have him in a taxi cab, and the taxi cab takes him up to 178th Street and Broadway, which, as we know, is the Port Authority bus center. Those buses are interstate buses.
New video obtained by CBS News appears to show the suspect stopping near a pile of trash after visiting a Starbucks near the scene of the shooting. Minutes later, officials say the gunman carried out the attack before taking off on a bike uptown.
They're going to be incredibly careful before they make an arrest.
NYPD officers have more than 200 images of the person they want to question, including this one captured inside the lobby of a Manhattan hostel showing his full face. Investigators told the Associated Press he pulled down his mask to show his smile while checking in with a fake ID.
There's lots of time left. This is by no means in any way cold, this trail. This is a hot trail.
The NYPD is now canvassing Central Park. They've also asked the Atlanta Police Department for help, along with more than 80 other police departments nationwide.
Additionally, the FBI is assisting in the investigation, and NYPD is offering a $10,000 reward in the case. The motive for the killing is still unknown. To Wall Street now, where there was a somewhat mixed bag to end the trading week Friday. The Dow was down while the S&P and NASDAQ both rose to fresh records, and this all as Bitcoin is surging. Here's a closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow falls 123 points, the NASDAQ gains 159, and the S&P 500 is up 15. Now, all this coming as job growth surged in the U.S. in November. The government reports the U.S. economy added 227,000 jobs last month as striking employees went back to work and bolstered a steady stream of employment gains. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate ticked up from 4.1% to 4.2%. Economists were expecting a net gain of 200,000 jobs and for the unemployment rate to remain the same. Next this morning, an update on a Thursday night shooting on Madison's north side. Police now believe the shooting that left 1 dead and 2 injured was a targeted incident. It happened at the Park Crest Apartments on Troy Drive, and it was there where police found a 22-year-old man with a gunshot wound who later died from his injuries. One neighbor who lives behind the apartment says this isn't new for the area.
It's scary because at some point, you know it's gonna boil over and, you know, turn violent. There are fights all the times in the complex over there where the police are called and there's big melees. So yeah, it's just a matter of time before, you know, unfortunately someone got hurt.
A 16 and 17-year-old were also injured. One was released from the hospital Thursday night, and as of Friday morning, police say the other is in stable condition. There's currently no one in custody. A Michigan woman was arrested on Friday after crashing into a fire hydrant in Stoddard. Vernon County Police said that 58-year-old Cynthia Ostrander was driving south when her vehicle went off the road over a curb and struck the hydrant on the 200 block of North Main Street. Officers determined that Ostrander was impaired while driving and also discovered methamphetamine in her possession. No injuries were reported from this incident. Madison's mayor says District 18 Elder Charles Maydays is no longer serving in his new committee roles, and now he's reacting to the removal, calling the allegations against him unproven, and says the mayor's move to remove him from the committees, as well as the censure resolution this resolution that the council will vote on next Tuesday, are politically motivated.
This feels like the modern attempt to sideline a black man who is committed to his community. I know that harassment and abuse have no place in government, but unproven claims that have been weaponized to strip representation from my district. But you know, I would continue to stand for fairness, justice, and residents who elected me.
Maydays denied all allegations of sexual harassment and domestic abuse, and a law firm's investigation into his actions found the evidence did not sustain that he committed violations at the local, state, or federal level. We now know the names of the finalists to be police chief in the city of Middleton. Warren Allen, who is currently a captain for the Milwaukee Police Department. Jeremy Geisler, the operations captain for Middleton's Police Department. And Stephen Thompson, who is the current captain of patrol and special services for the New Berlin Police Department. Those are the three. The city is hosting a community town hall so you can hear directly from the candidates on the issues you care about. It's on Wednesday, December 11th at 7 p.m. at the City Hall Council Chambers on Hubbard Avenue. Christmas lights not only add joy during the holiday season, but also more to your monthly electric bill. Energy experts say if you're still using traditional incandescent lights, it could cost you between $10 to $300. Customers who heat with electricity will be hit the hardest, with their costs projected to rise more than 13% to $1,200 for the winter season.
Make sure your HVAC has been tuned up. Make sure you've sealed air gaps around your house, that you have adequate insulation, and then adjusting your thermostat. That's going to save you far more than worrying about your festive lights.
Energy experts say that saving up some money could help to offset some other cost. Well, Madison families are getting the chance today to meet Old St. Nick before his big day later on this month. Today, the Northside Business Association is hosting its 20th Breakfast with Santa. Local families can get a pancake breakfast with all proceeds benefiting 2 local food pantries. In the past, the event has raised over $50,000 for the pantries. Breakfast with Santa just started and runs through around 11 this morning. It'll be at the Esquire Club at 1025 North Sherman. If your kids are now wondering how long they have to send their letters to Santa, you can tell them the deadline is right around the corner. The United States Postal Service has confirmed all letters to St. Nick need to be postmarked by Monday. The letters can be sent as part of the USPS's annual Operation Santa program, which gives everyone a chance to help make holiday wishes come true. Coming up now on 8:10 on your Saturday morning, still ahead, got some ways to make sure your pipes are protected during the winter months. Plus, Jacob is back with the full forecast as we wake up to some sun on this Saturday morning. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Jalen Banks, News 3 Now at 6 and 10, weekends moving forward.
Stanton Optical believes eye care should be affordable. Right now, for only $135, you get 2 pairs of progressives, plus all this. All that costs over $200 everywhere else. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical, easy's our thing. Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
At Janesville Nissan, we treat our customers the way we want to be treated. It's in everything we do and every deal we make. You won't find that at most other dealerships. Come see why you'll feel great buying a vehicle from Janesville Nissan. Exceptional savings, award-winning service.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
When you never have to worry about thinking too big? Because you have a connection that's ready for anything. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. We are going to see warmer temperatures than average this weekend, but the temperatures will drop back to below average by the time we get to the middle of next week. But for the most part, we're not expecting any precipitation, rain, or snow going forward until maybe the end of next weekend, but at least for the next 7 days, we're looking fairly dry. Here's a look at your weekend forecast. Highs in the middle 40s today, a little bit breezy, fairly cloudy, just a few peaks of sunshine. More sunshine for Sunday, also warmer temperatures and less wind. So Sunday, especially early in the day where we will see plenty of sunshine, it is going to be very nice, all things considered. The average high for this time of year is 35 degrees, so we'll be over 10 degrees above that level. At least that's what the forecast calls for. Now, for Monday, we're going to see similar temperatures, but then Monday to Tuesday, it's going to drop quite a bit. But despite that drop in temperatures, we're not expecting any precipitation along with it. But highs will be in the 20s for Tuesday through Thursday, and overnight lows maybe in the single digits a few nights. Now, those temperatures will warm back up for the next weekend, but it looks like we're not going to be quite as mild as we will be the next 3 days. So here's a look at the cloud cover and rain and snow forecast going forward for the next 7 or so days. Most of the precipitation will stay off to the north. Northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan is expected to see some rain and snow. The best chance of snow for southern Wisconsin will be Wednesday, but even then, it's looking like we'll stay fairly dry. And as we get towards the end of next work week, we're going to continue to see the chance of snow showers in the UP of Michigan and northern Wisconsin, with southern Wisconsin continuing to be dry. So for you folks tuning in from Eau Claire, you guys have a little bit of a better chance of some rain and snow over the next 6 to 7 days, but even you folks likely won't see much. Southern Wisconsin just expected to see some on and off cloud cover. So here's a full look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, fairly sunny skies for the most part. We will see a good amount of cloud cover as that cold front passes through Monday into Tuesday. And as I mentioned, Wednesday, we do have a chance of some snow, but it does look like the snow chance is pretty small. But take a look at those overnight lows, especially Wednesday night into Thursday. The forecasted low for La Crosse, 5 degrees, and it also will be a bit breezy during that time. So we're talking about possible wind chills below 0. So although it's going to feel a little bit kind of like spring the next few days, it's going to feel like winter once again pretty quickly, especially Wednesday night into Thursday. Now, next weekend, the chance of rain is still up in the air. Obviously, a lot can change between now and then, and we'll continue updating the forecast accordingly. But right now, we are calling for the chance of rain, kind of a rain-snow mix next Sunday into next Monday. So we may see more precipitation then, but until at least around Friday, just minimal precipitation is in the forecast.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Well, while today will be a bit warmer for December, it is important to remember to prevent your pipes from freezing. The city of Beloit sent out these reminders to homeowners Friday. First, you should check their water temperature. If it's close to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, you should take action to prevent freezing. It's also important to maintain your furnace to make sure it's operating correctly. And if you plan to travel, have a friend or neighbor run water for you. A new survey reveals 30% of Americans report they or a family member suffered a holiday-related injury. Dr. First reports that nearly 20% of people get injured while playing with family or friends, while 16% said they or a loved one were cut by a knife or burned while cooking. Falling off a ladder, stool, or chair while decorating made up 10% of all respondents. As the temperatures dip, you may be reaching for that tissue box more while decorating the tree. Allergists say the holidays can be challenging for those with allergies or asthma, as both live and artificial trees can trigger symptoms. Holiday decorations can also be a problem thanks to dust mites and pest droppings. And our favorite scents like candles can also make you sneeze. 2 kindergartners are recovering after a shooting at their Christian school in Northern California. Elias Wolford was shot in the lung and stomach, and Roman Mendez was struck twice in the chest. Surveillance video moments before the attack shows the gunman, 56-year-old Glenn Litton, with his hand inside his pocket. Near the waistband, the community is now rallying behind the young boys.
It's tragic because everybody knows everybody. We're just very close in this entire community, and when something strikes, we come together.
Police say the gunman faked interest in enrolling a grandchild in the school in order to gain access to the grounds there. On Friday, the Senate Health Committee tackled the topic of rising obesity and diabetes in the United States. Senators grilled the outgoing leader of the FDA on why more has not been done to address rising rates. The FDA's commissioner suggested his agency needs more resources and laws from Congress to combat legal challenges. Senator Bernie Sanders has compared it to the fight against big tobacco.
We have an epidemic of obesity, an epidemic of diabetes. People are getting sick. People are dying. Our lifespan is lower than other countries.
Much of what we try to do,
During the hearing, FDA officials hinted that a decision could be announced in the coming weeks on whether it will ban red dye numbers 3 in food. California banned the chemical last year over some health concerns. The U.S. Naval Academy can continue to use race as a factor in its admission practices, at least for now. A federal judge rejected a challenge to the Navy Academy's diversity programs, saying the school has a compelling national security interest in maintaining diversity within the U.S. military. The case was brought by Students for Fair Admissions, and it argued taking race into consideration in admissions decisions is a violation of the Constitution. This comes after the U.S. Supreme Court banned affirmative action in college admissions last year. TikTok has lost its bid to strike down a law that would lead it to getting banned in the U.S. An appeals court denied the social media giant's argument that the law was unconstitutional. The ruling means the platform is one step closer to facing a U.S. ban starting on January 19th. That's unless it can convince Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell and find a buyer. Coming up now on 8:20, still ahead, Jacob is back with a quick check of this warmer than usual December weekend. Plus, Will Loper has several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. He has 3 things to watch next on Weekend Mornings.
Don't let an appliance breakdown break you down. Fridge on the fritz? Stay cool. With affordable in-stock options, we'll have one delivered to your door in no time. Brothers Maine. Feel like family.
When you bring home Jones No Antibiotics Ever all-natural fully cooked meatballs, you're bringing home a better meatball. It tastes better because we use only high-quality ingredients. It's better for you because we don't use sugar or preservatives, and they're free from gluten, dairy, soy, and wheat. They're packed with protein, and ultimately, you're getting a better meal. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889.
Imagine checking your own heart with medical precision from anywhere. Introducing KardioMobile 6L, the FDA-cleared EKG that provides 6 times more heart data than any smartwatch. And it detects 3 of the most common arrhythmias in just 30 seconds, including atrial fibrillation, bradycardia, and tachycardia. Check your heart with the most advanced personal EKG outside the hospital. Get one for just $109 this holiday season. Don't wait. This offer won't last.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
I've got arthritis in my joints. I would walk 10 steps and not have to sit down. I wanted to do anything other than go through the pain and the effort of the surgery.
That's when Mike discovered QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
Afterwards, I felt like I really made the right choice. It's a tremendous success.
Join tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 608-927-4530.
If you want to avoid the process of surgery and the pain and the effort, you need to go to QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 608-927-4530. 608-927-4530.
If you want to say something you can't quite put into words, you can let a gift do the talking.
Wait, gifts can talk?
Sure they can. These say, I appreciate you. These say, I'm in awe of your taste. And these say, I really like you. In fact, I might love you, but I kind of need you to say it first. We've all been there.
So all gifts talk?
Well, Cashmere's very shy, but I can coax a gentle whisper. This holiday season, let Macy's be your guide to gifting.
Looking at the first 6 days of December, each of the first 6 days have been below normal. Now, for November, there were a total of 6 days for the entire month that were below average, so December has already matched that level. Now, as I talked about, the next 3 days will be above normal. We're going to see kind of a shift in the temperatures, but then it's going to drop back to below normal levels for the middle of next week, and then just kind of hover a little bit above that normal level as we look at the extended forecast. But as you can see, we've had a lot of days below average, especially right at the turn of the month, the last day of November and the first day of December, up to around 15 to 16 degrees below that normal level. Now, as we look forward towards the middle of the month, we are expecting above normal temperatures to continue once they get back above that level starting around Friday or Saturday. And this may continue all the way through Christmas. So although it's been cold lately, it looks like we are going to see some more mild temperatures as we head towards the middle and end of December.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Well, today is a sweet day. That is because it is National Cotton Candy Day. And you know what to do to celebrate. Just find yourself some cotton candy and eat as much of it as you want. And some fun facts, believe it or not, a dentist helped invent the machine-spun cotton candy. It was in the 1890s, and it was introduced to a wide audience at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. Cotton candy has other names around the world, including candy floss and fairy floss, and it continues to be a favorite at carnivals and fairs. Well, there is never a shortage of films and shows available to watch on these streaming platforms. This morning, our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Lisa Frank's art have this nostalgia, an explosion of color, happy, magical.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the docu-series Glitter and Greed, the Lisa Frank story.
But behind the colorful brand, you know, things got very, very dark.
How can something that created so much happiness go so wrong?
The series explores the extremely colorful brand that was a phenomenon in the 90s and seemingly disappeared overnight.
It felt like management by fear. Walk around on eggshells.
They just took such advantage of us.
Who's going to survive till next week? Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
They say you should never meet your idols, and it's true.
All 4 episodes of Glitter and Greed, the Lisa Frank story, are streaming on Amazon Prime Video now. Newly streaming on Max is the 2024 film Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
I need you to help me save my daughter. But how do I know that you're going to keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Michael Keaton returns as the devious bioexorcist, still trying to escape the underworld.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination? Beetlejuice Beetlejuice is streaming on Max now.
Your farm's been shut down.
What? And newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the series The Sticky.
But what if we rob the association?
The real-life story stars Margot Martindale as a maple syrup farmer who teams up with a security guard and a mobster to pull off a multi-million-dollar syrup heist.
We had a plan. I improvised. Cop!
Never forget your multi-tool. All 6 episodes of The Sticky are streaming on Amazon Prime Video now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And still to come, we got to look at our top morning headlines. Stick around, this is Weekend Mornings.
Get cozy in Door County with a stay at Open Hearth Lodge. Find relaxation in our King Whirlpool rooms, or enjoy time with your family in one of our dog-friendly suites. At Open Hearth Lodge, stay active with our exercise facility and start your day with a continental breakfast. Enjoy our indoor pool and hot tub and share stories around one of our outdoor fire pits. Open Hearth Lodge, a Door County getaway with all the comforts of home.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 Flex Buy and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood,
Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Happy holidays from your trusted partner for over 30 years, Avondale Roofing. Steep slope experts since 1988.
It takes a rebel to make something beautiful. Beauty takes courage. It's an act of joy. So resist the ordinary and embrace the wow at Floor & Decor.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Just past 8:30 here on a Saturday. Right now, gas prices are nearing a 3-year low. What you need to know is coming up. Plus, police saying the suspect in the shooting of a healthcare CEO fled New York, where the search is headed to now.
And we're going to see very mild temperatures over the weekend. I'll talk about when it will cool back down, though, coming up in just a moment.
This is Weekend Mornings, and once again, we thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Saturday, December 7th. Let's start with the first warm forecast. Good morning, Jacob. How are you doing today? We're talking sports during the break. How about it?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. Although, like I said, the weather is also going to be very good over the weekends. Right now, we're seeing a good amount of sunshine. This is the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Just a few clouds on the horizon. We are going to see clouds kind of move in, just on and off cloud cover throughout the day, but those temperatures are going to be very nice. Looking at the radar, expanded a bit. Northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan, as well as a good portion of Michigan, seeing some snowfall, but this is not expected to impact our region. There's going to continue to be the chance of rain and snow in northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan kind of over the next couple of days, but we're still not expecting much of that precipitation to make its way south. Now, for today, it is also going to be a bit breezy, but the wind is also what's going to kind of fuel those warmer temperatures, as we'll see wind gusts up around 25 to 30 miles per hour at times, and notice it's coming out of the southwest. So that's going to warm things up. Highs will be in the lower 40s. Again, we're not going to see a ton of sunshine. Only going to see a few peaks of it later in the day. A good amount of sunshine right now and for the morning. Again, winds up around 15 miles per hour. Gusts a bit stronger than that. And for you folks in La Crosse, it's going to be even milder compared to Madison. Upper 40s are in the forecast for you folks. But I'll talk more in detail about when it will cool down coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Jacob. The average price for a gallon of gas is nearing 3-year lows. That's according to AAA. Gas prices have plunged to $3.03 nationally for a gallon. The last time the national average was below $3 was in May of 2021. The cheapest gas right now across the country is in Hockley, Texas, with an average of $2.30 a gallon. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is urging the public to practice early winter ice safety. The temperature swings that mark the final weeks of every year can create ice covers, but the DNR says no ice is safe ice. Officials are recommending to carry a cell phone and letting others know where you are going. Also to wear proper clothing and equipment, and to carry a couple of spikes and a length of light rope to help pull yourself or others out of any ice. The search for the gunman who shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare entered its third day Friday, with officials focused on Atlanta. Yesterday, the NYPD confirmed to CBS News they found a backpack in Central Park which may belong to the suspect. Tom Hansen reports from New York.
The investigation into the brazen murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now casting a wider net. A person familiar with the manhunt tells CBS News investigators believe the person of interest in the case is no longer in New York City and most likely got on a bus to Atlanta.
We have him in a taxi cab, and the taxi cab takes him up to 178th Street and Broadway, which, as we know, is a Port Authority bus center. Those buses are interstate buses.
New video obtained by CBS News appears to show the suspect stopping near a pile of trash after visiting a Starbucks near the scene of the shooting. Minutes later, officials say the gunman carried out the attack before taking off on a bike uptown.
They're going to be incredibly careful before they make an arrest.
NYPD officers have more than 200 images of the person they want to question, including this one captured inside the lobby of a Manhattan hostel showing his full face. Investigators told the Associated Press he pulled down his mask to show his smile while checking in with a fake ID.
There's lots of time left. This is by no means in any way cold, this trail. This is a hot trail.
The NYPD is now canvassing Central Park. They've also asked the Atlanta Police Department for help, along with more than 80 other police departments nationwide.
Additionally, the FBI is assisting in the investigation, and NYPD is offering a $10,000 reward in the case. The motive for the killing is still unknown. Now to Wall Street, where there was somewhat of a mixed bag to end the trading week on Friday. The Dow is down while the S&P and NASDAQ both rose to fresh records. And this all as Bitcoin is surging. Here's a closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow down 123, NASDAQ up 159, and S&P up 15. Now, this all coming as job growth surged in the U.S. in November. The government reports the U.S. economy added 227,000 jobs last month, all as striking employees went back to work and bolstered a steady stream of employment gains. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate ticked up from 4.1% to 4.2%. Economists were expecting a net gain of 200,000 jobs and for the unemployment rate to remain the same. Next this morning, to an update on a Thursday night shooting on Madison's north side. Police believe the shooting that left 1 dead and 2 injured was a targeted incident. It happened at the Park Crest Apartments on Troy Drive. Police found a 22-year-old man with a gunshot wound who later died from his injuries. One neighbor who lives behind the apartment says this isn't new for the area.
It's scary because at some point, you know it's gonna boil over and, you know, turn violent. There are fights all the times in the complex over there where the police are called and there's big melees. So yeah, it's just a matter of time before, you know, unfortunately someone got hurt.
A 16 and 17-year-old were also injured, and one was released from the hospital Thursday night. Friday morning, police said the other was in stable condition, and there's currently no one in custody. It is 8:36, still ahead. Jacob is back with a quick check of today's forecast. Plus, here's a look at today's day in history.
The best part of our all-natural, no antibiotics ever pork and chicken meatballs is how versatile and convenient they are. They're fully cooked and go so well in so many sauces and dishes. They're packed with protein and are free from gluten, dairy, soy, and wheat. And they taste amazing. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889.
Come on! Leftovers are for quitters! That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Take up to $500 off Telluride adjustable mattress sets. Plus, save $100 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or score 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry! The extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Big trucks can be intimidating, and so can their insurance companies. After a serious truck crash, you need a team on your side who knows how to handle trucking cases and who gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. We know truck law, we know the rules and regulations, and we'll hold the insurance companies accountable. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Thursday at 6. College sports are evolving and fast. The name, image, and likeness system changed the game for college athletes, but now new revenue-sharing rules could take it to a whole new level.
It might be the most dynamic time in the history of college athletics right now.
How will these changes shake up UW athletics, and what will it mean for the student athletes and the department as a whole? We'll break it all down.
Our expectations don't change. The way in which we get there is going to have to evolve.
Game Changer, Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Let's take a look at the snowfall we've seen this year and comparing it to normal. Now, we've really only had one decent snowfall. Late November, we had around 2.5 inches from a snow. We've had a few other traces to 1/10 of an inch, but for the most part, we really only had one. And overall, we don't have a ton of snowfall on normal compared to the state, only about 5.5 inches, but we are still behind that normal level. Meanwhile, this time last year, we had around 4 inches. Now, as we take a look at the rain and snow chances, just overall precipitation chances the next 7 days, it is going to be very minor, so that normal level will likely continue to get away from what we have seen so far. But obviously, when it comes to snow, one big storm can really close the gap. But at least going forward, we're not expecting a lot of snowfall. We are possibly going to see more precipitation towards the middle and end of December, but because temperatures will likely be a little bit above normal during this time, it might be in the form of rainfall. So if you're a fan of snow, it's not looking great. We are going to be fairly dry with snowfall going forward.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Well, if your kids are wondering how long they have to send their letters to Santa, you can tell them the deadline is right around the corner. The United States Postal Service has confirmed all letters to St. Nick need to be postmarked by Monday. The letters can be sent as part of the USPS's annual Operation Santa program, which gives everyone a chance to help make holidays wishes come true. Next this morning, how just 4 minutes of exercise could boost your heart health and the benefits of eating plant-based protein. Michael George has the week's top health stories.
Just 4 minutes of vigorous physical activity could have a big benefit for some. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that for middle-aged women who don't exercise, short bursts of activity could cut their risk of heart attacks and stroke in half. Those short bursts could include stair climbing, uphill walking, or even playing tag with a child. Eating less animal-based protein and more plant-based protein could lower your risk of cardiovascular and heart diseases. A study out of Harvard found people who ate the highest ratio of plant-based protein had a 19% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and a 27% lower risk of coronary heart disease. Even eating half plant-based and half animal-based protein provides a significant health benefit. The holidays are about togetherness, but nearly half of Americans say what they really want during the holidays is more alone time. A study by Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center found 46% of people say they don't get enough time alone during the holidays, with 56% saying alone time is beneficial to their mental health. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News.
And still to come, Jacob has a look at the full forecast as we welcome in a warmer than average December Saturday. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
Energy is like a symphony. Every note, every chord, every instrument creates an incredible melody of power and possibility. But that energy needs to be reliable to have the same power, and affordable to keep the melody. At home, on the road, on farms and fleets, and even ports. Propane and renewable propane lower carbon emissions while harnessing the full symphony of energy. Learn more about safe, clean, reliable propane at propane.com.
Wisconsin's largest and most spectacular Christmas show, Christmas in the Dells Dinner Show, is now open. It all starts with a 4-course Christmas feast, complete with ham, turkey, and all the fixins. And with new songs, cast and costumes, plus an appearance by Santa. This truly will be a magical holiday season. Enjoy the largest nativity in the state, complete with flying angels and live animals. Get your tickets today at ChristmasInTheDells.com. That's ChristmasInTheDells.com.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy Paint.
Janesville Nissan, we treat our customers the way we want to be treated. It's in everything we do and every deal we make. You won't find that at most other dealerships. Come see why you'll feel great buying a vehicle from Janesville Nissan. Exceptional savings, award-winning service.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a final look at the 3 things you need to know. Warmer than average for the weekend, but the temperatures will cool back down for the middle of next week with not a lot of precipitation going forward. Now, we also are going to be a little bit windy today, but the wind's not too bad, especially considering that temperatures will be so mild. We're not even concerned about the wind chill. Excuse me. But wind gusts could be up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour, especially for Madison and areas closer to Lake Michigan. But the winds will also calm down as we head throughout the night, and that will continue into Sunday as well. Now, looking at the cloud cover and rainfall forecast, again, we're not expecting any rain over the weekend, just some passing clouds during the day today with clear skies overnight into tomorrow. And for tomorrow, we'll see sunshine for Madison and surrounding areas, especially to the south. But notice we're going to see a good amount of cloud cover for central and northern Wisconsin. But most of the precipitation will still stay off to the north of our area. Maybe you folks in Eau Claire could see some light rain or snow, but we are still going to see some cloud cover. Now, for Monday, once again, we're going to see a good amount of sunshine, but later in the day, Monday, we'll see the clouds roll in, continuing into overnight, and that will cool the temperatures down with just a few small chances of some light snow during this time, but otherwise, we're still going to be dry. So highs today will be in the middle to lower 40s for much of the region. Average high for this time of year is 35 degrees, so this will be pretty well above normal. For tonight, we'll see lows in the lower 30s, pretty similar to what we're seeing right now with temperatures. And then for tomorrow, highs once again in the 40s. Could even see a few 50s here and there in southwestern Wisconsin, as we will see plenty of sunshine for the far southern portion of the state. As we take a look at the 10-day temperature forecast, highs will be back in the 20s for Tuesday through Thursday. But despite that big cool down, we're not expecting any precipitation. Overnight lows could actually be in the single digits with possibly some wind chills back below 0 for a few mornings. But those temperatures are expected to warm back up to above normal levels for next weekend. So here's a full look at the 7 to 10-day forecast. A big temperature swing overall, but fairly dry until next weekend. Next weekend, there is a better chance of some rain and possible snow with this system, as temperatures will be kind of right on that fringe level of rain and snow. And we'll continue to update the forecast accordingly as it gets closer, but a lot can change between now and then. Take a look at that overnight low for Wednesday into Thursday. We're likely going to drop back into the single digits, and it will also be a little bit breezy during this time, so the wind chills may get back below 0. However, for the most part, a lot of days are going to be above normal going forward, and it does look like the above normal temperatures may continue beyond the 10-day forecast as we head towards the middle and end of December, possibly closer to Christmas. So overall, if you're a fan of the nicer, of these warmer temperatures, for the most part, they're going to stick around starting today.
It's basically a shoo-in for Wisconsin to reach the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Since Kelly Sheffield took over the program, the Badgers have never not advanced to that stage. 11 years and 11 trips. Georgia Tech standing in their way to make it 12 for 12. After dropping the first set, the Badgers went to work in the second, or should I say Anna Smrek. She hammers home the Smrek Smack, one of her 13 kills on the night. And then later, she shows just how good of a host she is, welcoming the Yellow Jackets to her block party. And for the 12th straight time, Wisconsin is headed to the Sweet 16. They win it in 4 sets. Not many teams were a thorn in Wisconsin's side last year, but there was one that Mike Hastings' squad just couldn't quite figure out. Michigan State. The Spartans took 3 of the 4 meetings a season ago and entered the Kohl Center as the #1 team in the country. So what a perfect opportunity this is for the Badgers, and the home team struck first. Now they call Tyson Dick Cheddar, and he was money in the first period. T-Sizzle sneaks one through the 5-hole to give Wisconsin a 1-0 lead, and Tommy Scarfoni shut down the top-ranked Spartans, stopping all 26 shots he faced. Badgers blank them 4-0 the final. Wisconsin women looking to close out their first half of the year on a high note, taking on Minnesota State, and the Badgers came out firing. On the power play, Caroline Harvey sends a one-timer in the back of the net, and Captain KK makes it 1-0 Wisconsin, not even 3 minutes into the game. Now, same score in the second, and check out this passing. Layla Edwards to Casey O'Brien with the backhand to Kirsten Sims. Tic-tac-toe goes the goal. Wisconsin wins it 2-1, the final. There's just something about playing Marquette that gets Max Klesmit going. 2 years ago, he hit the game-winning shot in Milwaukee, and then last year, well, you remember his performance. The Neenah native hit 5 triples and scored a game-high 21 to lead Wisconsin to their 3rd straight win in the rivalry. What's in store for his final game against the Golden Eagles? Well, the Badgers are hoping for another big-time game from their closer.
Being an in-state kid, you know, I think he understands the importance of it and knows the history, you know, of it. So I think for him, obviously, any in-state kid, that's important.
Max has a thing for Marquette. I don't know what it is. You know, I never really asked him, like, what's his tick for Marquette. But, you know, he always comes alive, and we need him to get going. You know, he's one of the big leaders on this team for us, and we just got to find ways to get him going.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. And coming up next, a new study shows the diet of Native Americans during the last ice age. Some cooking up moth steaks is next.
Aw, come on! Leftovers are for quitters. That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Take up to $500 off Telluride adjustable mattress sets. Plus, save $100 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or score 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It takes a rebel to make something beautiful. Beauty takes courage. It's an act of joy. So resist the ordinary and embrace the wow at Floor & Decor.
This is for all lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the
Welcome to Alpine Liquors, the largest independent liquor store in Dane County and beyond. We have over 700 vodkas, 1,500 whiskeys, 2,500 cold beers, 2,000 wines, and over 300 mini bottles for under $1. The area's largest selection. Your local Alpine Liquors, located in DeForest, Wisconsin.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans. Compare drug coverage. Compare costs. See if you can save. And make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare plans now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It takes a rebel to make something beautiful. Beauty takes courage. It's an act of joy. So resist the ordinary and embrace the wow at Floor & Decor.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Finally this morning, a new scientific paper says the ancient ancestors of Native Americans ate big animals during the most recent ice age, and a lot of them. Scientists have known the Clovis people were skilled hunters and could kill mammoths, and now they say those woolly beasts made up a large portion of their diet. And that finding came from looking at chemical remnants of food left in an 18-month-old child's stomach. And since the boy was still nursing, scientists could also infer his mother's diet. The researchers concluded mammoths made up about a third of her diet, as well as elk, bison, and camel. Small mammals and plants made up a much smaller portion than was previously thought. Another thing the paper's authors think is these hunts may have contributed to the mammoth going extinct. The research came from a team of American and Canadian scientists. Was published in the journal Science Advances. Pretty neat stuff. I just want to know, what does it taste like? What does mammoth steak taste like?
Well, we talked about this earlier, and didn't you say that you looked it up and it decided to say it tastes like spam? Is that what you said?
I was saying because mammoths are similar to elephants, right? And so with that logic, you got to look up what does elephant taste like? And the internet says elephant tastes like spam.
Okay, so I guess we'll have to roll with that.
Maybe woolly mammoth tastes like spam too. I don't know.
Unfortunately, we will never know, unless they somehow come back.
I've heard of some efforts that they're trying to, do some genetic testing to bring them back to life.
This is the animal I can get behind. Obviously, after seeing Jurassic Park, maybe dinosaurs might not be the best idea. Sorry, what'd you say?
You want these roaming around?
I mean, they're fine. They're like you said, they're like elephants. Elephants roam around.
I don't know.
It is kind of like opening Pandora's box a little bit. If they were somehow able to bring it back. I don't know. We're just kind of rambling on right now. Anyway, let's take a final look at
forecast.
Yeah, let's take a final look at the 7 to 10 day forecast.
The show has gone off the rails.
Yes. 40s the next couple of days, so very unseasonably mild. But then there's going to be that big drop Monday into Tuesday. Highs will be back in the 20s. Overnight lows, especially Wednesday into Thursday, will be cold. Could see some wind chills back below 0 Thursday morning. Next weekend, though, we will see some temperatures warm up. Highs around 40. A better chance of rain, maybe some mixture of snow as we head into the following weeks. So overall, though, fairly dry until that point.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. And thank you all for watching. Have a great Saturday.